When I have to do the same tedious task over and over again, it kind of sucks the life out of you, and it's something that you wouldn't want to continue. It's not enjoyable.
There were many moments where I felt, wow, this is going to be incredible. Anyone who's applying to do research that involves human participants, I would be the person who you interact with. We're required to follow a lot of guidelines and policies and regulations. If somebody wanted to do research, they would email me a number of documents. It could be anything from like 4 documents to like 15 documents. And I would get these as attachments, and they would be named almost anything, as attachments are. Then I would review all of them and make sure that all of the necessary paperwork was in place. And then I would inform the ethics board members who actually review all of the files in more depth to make sure that the project that's being proposed is ethical. I would inform them that the files were ready for them to review. Depending on what reviewers decided, I have a number of different email templates that I would have to input a lot of information manually about the project, and I would send it back to the researchers. I would have to do that potentially a number of times. That was a very sort of manual, labor-intensive, time-intensive process.
When Robyn came to me, I think she was feeling like this was a process that was very complex and tedious. And it was, I'm sure, frustrating to have to spend a lot of her time simply sending emails and copying and pasting information, as opposed to doing her actual job of managing these applications and helping the applicants through the process and all that kind of stuff. We met with her and had kind of an initial conversation of just, what's the challenge that you're having? What are all the steps in the process and things that you do now? We then transitioned into more of the details. So we started to get specific with Robyn about, okay, what exactly is the information you need to collect? What are you going to need to report on at the end of the year? What are the communications that you send? We took all that information and then we began building the process out in Salesforce. So we kind of recreated what she had in Excel and Outlook. And then there was lots of back and forth between Robyn and me and my team to refine the process.
I just would get so excited thinking about all of the work I used to have to do to input 6 or 7 different types of information manually, and going back and checking with the application to make sure I had it accurately. Now this information just swoops in all on its own. So seeing something like that and just knowing how life-changing at work that is going to be and how much pressure that takes off my plate, it's just an incredible feeling.
If you've got an Excel spreadsheet that you're keeping track of information in, if you're required to report back to someone on information, or if you've got some tedious task that you're doing day in and day out, using something like Salesforce would allow us to cut back on the amount of time we're spending doing these sort of tedious tasks.
We're all busy in our roles, and if you reach out to the business intelligence team, it might feel like something extra on your plate, but I can guarantee you in the long run, it's going to save you so much time and energy and just worry and double checking and triple checking. It will, in the end, lighten your load.